And we're back. Welcome to another Mike Cernovich YouTube podcast question and answer. Today we are sponsored by nobody, but I thought I would show now and then some of the male grooming stuff I do. So we're at like a weird place right now. On the one hand, I kind of make fun of things that people do that I did at one time, and I realize that isn't really unfair. Guys will ask me, male grooming stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't write about that. I write about high-level shit, man, fucking mindset. But, I once had these questions, and I learned it, so isn't it a little bit full of myself that I don't write about lifestyle stuff anymore, right? So, every now and then we'll talk about little things that maybe you don't know about because I had to learn. So these things are fucking amazing. This is a right-angled... hey babe, I can see you. I mean, you can say hi if you want. You can come say hi to the guys if you want to. So it's a right-angled dental floss thing. Now, if you'll notice, flossing your teeth is pretty gross because you have to put your hands up in there. It's nasty. But the straight ones don't really reach. Now, I have all of my wisdom teeth. So this is a right-angled dental floss, so you don't have to put your hands all the way up in your nasty mouth. And you can reach all your teeth better, all your molars, and if you have wisdom teeth, especially as I do, reach your molars. So they're called plackers, right angle. I don't know. I order them from Amazon, and when I'm abroad, I order them from eBay. They will definitely take your dental hygiene to the next level. And as you know, or maybe you don't know, dental hygiene is actually linked to heart health. So if you have fucking nasty gums, those toxins, bacteria, or you call it what you want, fuck up your heart. Look it up. True story, man. Flossing your teeth is good for your heart. And as you know from Gorilla Mindset, if it's good for the heart, it's good for the mind. Alright, enough of that shit. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about, we're going to call it the snap and the click, and then also how to deal with pushy people and how to tell if you're a pushy person. There's this great video out by one of these sciencey guys. I don't know what his channel is, but if I find the video, I'll link to it below. And he had his engineers reverse the gears on a bike. So when you ride a bike, you're doing all these motions neurologically that you don't even realize, right? And they say when you learn how to ride a bike, you can't ever forget how to ride a bike. It's all programmed, right? Well, when you learned how to ride a bike, most of us, we kind of went from zero to kind of good, right? What this guy wanted to figure out was, well, can you learn to ride a bike where the gears are reversed? So if you move your hands right, the wheel doesn't turn left, it turns the other way. Easy, right? No. So the guy did 8 months, I think it was. Every day he'd go out for 5 minutes a day. He had to wear a helmet, and he would fall on his ass. He had to wear the knee pads and everything. Five minutes a day, couldn't figure it out. 8 months. And then finally one day, it clicked, right? The click. I call that the click. The same thing happened to me when I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was, but I'll always remember this moment. So I didn't have a boxing coach growing up. I had to kind of learn everything the hard way. Before you had YouTube videos, there was a book, Better Boxing for Boys. So I was in grade school, I guess, in the school library. How do you throw a punch? Now, most people think you can throw a punch, but most people do not punch hard at all. It's funny. Like, most people, I've been punched a lot. Most people don't punch hard at all. And to punch hard, you throw it from the hip. And I would read, they would say, a punch comes from your hip, not your arms. And I'm like, trying to punch, right? The punch comes from your toes. It swings all the way through your hips into your fist. So I'm a kid, and I'm working the heavy bag every day. And the heavy bag is hung up from these railings in my garage. And I'd hit it, and I'd just keep hitting it. And one day I threw a punch, and the whole fucking, I don't know what you call it, the braces or whatever you call the rafter started shaking. And I was, what the fuck is this, right? Threw another punch. The whole fucking like garage is rattling. I think I'm gonna take it down. And what had happened is finally it just clicked. Somewhere neurologically, it just clicked. All those punches I threw that were not even good finally fucking like clicked. And even now, I don't do much combat training anymore, but when I punch, I have to get to the groove. They call it the groove, right? There's a reason for that, because neurologically you have these grooves. So when I punch, I arm punch it first, and then it takes me a minute, and then it wakes up. There's something in there, right? There's some kind of click. Now, why should you care? We should care for a couple reasons. One is that you're going to do things and ain't shit going to happen for months at a time. How do I get to the next level, Mike? How do I get to the next level? Well, you spend every day trying to learn a new skill, and you're going to go from 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. That's the way it works. You go from, fuck, man, I'm not making any progress at all. Whoa, what the fuck? Like, shit's out of control, right? The same thing happened when, like, the long-time Danger and Play guys know that I went from sort of, pretty good site to January to June or July. I think 2014. I just went from, like, 0 to, like, whoa, what the fuck? I don't even have control of my websites anymore. I almost deleted them because I didn't even know how to handle them. So, when you're grinding away and ain't shit happening, could be that you're not doing it right. That's always a possibility. But if you have a good coach, reputable coach, a coach is somebody who's been somewhere that you want to be, it ain't shit happening, yeah, because you're going to go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick after 8 months of going nowhere. So that's where the click comes in, and that's why you can never give up. And you can't say, well, I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. I'm not making any progress. Yeah, you're not going to. You're not going to make linear progress. It would be great if life was linear. I mean, wouldn't it be if every day, I work an hour today, and then tomorrow I work an hour and 5 minutes, and then the extra 5 minutes really just gave me a linear gain. And then the next day I worked an hour and 10, I just got a nice linear gain, and I could track everything, but that isn't life. Life is you're grinding away for 8 hours, and you can't, 8 months, and you can't figure it out, and then one day suddenly you're like, holy shit, this is amazing, right? So I can't give up. Now there's a negative implication of that too. I call that the snap, right? You have the click where it all comes together. Then you have the snap. Now, we've all probably snapped, right? Where you're just suddenly like, you freak out, right? What the fuck? Where'd that come from? Well, if you do little negative things every day, you're practicing, right? You're creating neurological connections. You're creating grooves. You're wearing yourself down. Now, you don't notice it because progress is not nonlinear, and regress is not always nonlinear. Often you go from like, whoa, I was up here, to you fell off a cliff and you wonder what happened. Well, what happened is the same neurological principle that happened with the click. You snapped because you were grinding away in a negative way every day, making bad decisions, making poor choices, and then it just snaps, right? And it's true that's true psychologically, it's true with overuse injuries, right? So one day I went to lift my shoulder up and I couldn't move my shoulder. It was like I had to manually move it. I was like, what the fuck is going on with the shoulder? Well, for months I just reached over, and I caused tightness and adhesions right here from the mouse. So that's like a snap. The snap just means a negative outcome. Where I was like, how the fuck did I fuck my shoulder up like that? Well, every day for months or years using a trackpad on a computer created a negative neurological connection. That's what a snap is. So there's another point to be made. If you're a pushy person, you might think that you get away with being pushy. But what you might notice, and here's how to tell if you are a pushy person. Do you suddenly say, whoa, people overreact? Whoa, where's that overreaction come from? Well, that's the snap. You've been a pushy person, you've been pushing in a negative way for a long time. And then what happens is people just kind of snap. They're like, no, get the fuck out of here, And then you say, well, it's just like a little thing, man. You're overreacting, man. No, man. Well, no, that's months of you being a fucking retard, right? Of you engaging in negative neurological activities on a person for 8 months. And then, because most of us, and I'm like this way included, we don't want to fight back over every dumb thing. Most of us aren't pushy. I'm not a pushy person. You guys know that. How often, Danger and Play don't even have pop-ups anymore, right? I'm just not that a pushy person. I'm kind of like, yeah, here I am. You can love me or hate me or ignore me or whatever. So most of us, we don't want to fight over every dumb fucking trivial detail, but some people are just fucking pushy. So I don't even deal with pushy people anymore. And maybe I'll do a whole video on how to identify pushy people and how to fucking get rid of them. But you'll have people just they're always got to have their way, and they're always pushing. And that might be you. How can you tell if you're a pushy person? Do you find yourself saying, whoa, 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 people are overreacting? Well, they're not overreacting. you're a pushy motherfucker, and people finally got tired of it after dealing with your fucking stupidity and nonsense for months, maybe years at a time, that they snap, right? So if you're a pushy person, I don't know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I think in the end, pushy people tend to go from 100 to 0, right? They push, they've got their way, and then suddenly it's like, pfft, because you can only push people for so long. You can only abuse the people you're in relationships with. You can only yell at your kids so much. You can only yell at your husband or wife so much. You can only try to skip out of the check so much. You can only try to freeload on your friends so much. You can only try to use people so much, where eventually people are just gone, and then you're like, well, where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go? Well, that's what happened. People snapped. So if you're a pushy person and you think you get your way all the time, you might want to reconsider it, and you might want to wonder if you're about to lose it all, because that tends to be what happens in life. You tend to go from nowhere to big things, or you tend to go from somewhere to you bottom out. And again, that's why you want to always put in the time in a good way. Mindset is lifestyle, right? All these good habits you do every day build up, even if you don't know it. If you're waking up every day, you're doing contrast showers, you're doing brain warm-ups, you're hitting the gym, you're eating relatively clean, you're optimizing your lifestyle slowly but surely to get out negative people, you're focusing your attention on positive people. It might be 4 or 5 months and you're like, well, man, I'm not really, I'm not really where I am. But then suddenly a big opportunity happens and it just all clicks. And you're just like, holy fuck, this is what I've been prepared for my whole life. There was an article I wrote on Danger Place called Your Moment is Coming. I believe everybody has at least one moment. Maybe you have multiple moments. Maybe it's like falling in love. You can do it more than once. But I truly believe that in your life, because it's been true of me and everybody that I've ever gotten to know well, sometimes you're going to blow that moment because you might be prepared for it, you might not. But when the moment comes and it hits you, if you've been putting in those good habits every day, living that good lifestyle every day, when your moment comes, you're ready for it. And then you feel like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for all my life. I didn't even know it that I was waiting for this my whole life. But this is what I've been training for. But your moment might not come tomorrow. It might not come for 10 years, That's why I tell people I want to be where you're at, or I want to do this. It's like, man, okay, I'll see you in 15 years, Maybe if you listen to me and avoid my mistakes, it'll only take you 3 to 5 years, right? That's where I can help people. I can help you not take 15 years like it took me to really get my life dialed in. It might have took me 20 years to get my life dialed in. I don't know. I was a fucking mess when I was younger. Maybe one day I'll talk about all the fucking weird thoughts I had when I was younger and all the negative mindset beliefs that I had. But I was a mess. It's taken me. So I guess I became mindful. I really tried to figure out life. I would say maybe I was 17 or 18. I'm 37 right now. So if you think I'm living a good life, okay, man, see you in 20 years. Or if you apply gorilla mindset, see you in 5 years, right? But I can't give you a book and then a month later you're like, wow, everything that I've ever wanted in my life, I now have. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like everything I feel like I have more in my life that I couldn't even have imagined. That's why I'm like, well, man, I tell guys to visualize what they want, but I couldn't even visualize my life, man. Like right now I'm living in Paris. I just decided, I want to live in Paris. Okay, I'm just going to live in Paris. Okay, I'm going to go, check out this country. Okay, I'm just going to go do it, I don't know, man. How do people live like this? I don't know. Nobody told me that this kind of life is possible. But I was grinding, man. And I still grind too. I wake up first thing in the morning. You can ask Shauna what happens. I wake up. I get out of bed. Sometimes I take a cold shower. Sometimes I take a contrast shower. Sometimes I do a brain warm up. I don't always do it, so I'm not going to lie. But I always do something to get my brain, brain circulating. And I always walk before I have coffee. I don't think you should have coffee before you've moved your body. I think you should move your body and get your cells going. And then I go to a coffee shop and I go in, man. I work every day. So today I get up, go to a coffee shop. I don't eat breakfast, by the way. I row for 3 hours, come back here, do a video. I didn't write the post. I've actually been doing more with my newsletter. So I did an email blast. I'm going to start doing more with my list. So I'm going to send out emails to the Danger and Play list that aren't going to be at Danger and Play. Yeah, but anyway, every day, like 7 days a week, guys, I roll out of bed. I work at least 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then, when I'm out, I'm always thinking, oh, this would be good for the site, or you should add this to the site. But what I also do every day is to avoid the snap. You got to live a good lifestyle, but you got to relax. Maximum relaxation. Every day I do something to relax. I get a massage, and of course, I don't have the smartphone, right? I see people getting massage with their phone. What the fuck is wrong with you? Disconnect. Every day I do something, or I take a walk. No phone. Maybe I just listen to very uplifting trance house music, right? Every day I do something because I know that if I don't take a relaxation every day, then what am I doing? I'm about to have a breakdown, right? Because every day, you can't run your body hard every day like I do and then not do anything to relax. And then how do you relax? So there's that whole mindfulness chapter in Gorilla Mindset. Big open spaces, binaural beats, waterfalls, hot tubs, saunas, mud masks. I use facial masks, all that stuff. You got to do that every day too, because if you run yourself hard, yeah, you're going to click, but you're also going to snap. We don't want to do that. So there you go, guys. You got to click. You got to avoid the snap. And if you're a pushy person, how's that going to work for you in the end? Think about how to be a less pushy person. Think about how you can not have people overreact. Think about how you can get what you want out of life without being pushy, without being in everyone's face. I'm not. It's working out okay. It's working out for everybody. Put your work in, guys, every day. What do you do today to bring you closer to your breakthrough moment? Because it's going to come. Your moment is coming. Are you ready for it or not? What are you doing today to prepare for that moment? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.